Schatz, is the federal government too big?
Expenditures certainly are, which makes the entity itself too big.
$7 trillion in annual spending, 400 agencies and sub-agencies, 1,000 boards and commissions. I think anyone, maybe even the people on the other side of the aisle, I think anyone would say, almost everyone would say, that's too big. And when you have big government, does big government have a tendency to spend taxpayer money on stupid things?
That's part of the reason that we're here, and it's one of the things that Citizens Against Government Waste has been documenting for many, many years.
You've been highlighting this for like 100 years. I mean, I've known you for a long time. God bless you for persisting.
Organization, 41 years. I've been there 39.
And when you spend money, when you're the person spending money on something stupid, you just assume, you would just kind of hope that people don't really notice that, right? If you're in the government, and you're spending, what did Ms. Bober just say, $32,000 for a transgender comic in Peru, $16 million in gender development offices. You're spending money on stuff like that. You just kind of hope that people probably don't notice that. Is that probably fair to say? That's kind of human nature, I would think.
Well, that's part of the problem, is that the taxpayers don't know exactly how the money is being spent because there is not the transparency that, for example, Iowa, Ohio, Arizona, and other states have. And you should be able to push a button and find out how your tax dollars are being.
And so it's understandable why everyone on the left, all the proponents of big government, all the supporters of big government, all the people getting the taxpayer money from big government, it's understandable why they are attacking Elon Musk, because he's pointing out the stupid things that government spends money on. Is that fair to say?
Well, he's not making it up, and in fact, many of the recommendations he's making
Great point. He's not
years.
making it up. He's citing every single thing.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's there. I mean, look, the Department of Education has been something that was recommended by President Reagan to be eliminated, and many others since then. U.S. Digital Service, U.S. Doge Service. Digital Service was duplicating the private sector. Same with 18F at GSA. So he's already helped save money by doing that.
So Democrats, instead of saying, yeah, we should probably not spend $32,000 for a transgender comic in Peru. Yeah, it's probably not a wise expenditure of taxpayer money to have Sesame Street played in Baghdad, Iraq. It's on all that list. Instead of saying we should figure out how we stop that, they're saying, no. We got to stop the guy who's pointing out the stupid things that government's spending money, taxpayer money, the money that people in the 4th District that I represent, their money on these kind of stupid things. Now it's being reported that there's something even maybe worse going on. It's been reported today that media outlets were paid millions of dollars by USAID. Now, the media outlets are saying this is for subscriptions to their publication, but I find that interesting. And one of the particulars that's pointed out, the FDA paid Politico $517,000 for 37 subscriptions. That seems kind of high to me. Does that seem that way to you, Mr. Schatz?
Doing the math quickly, that seems excessive, yes.
Yeah, that seems a lot for now. Maybe there's some explanation here. Maybe this, maybe Politico is so darn important that it costs that much and taxpayer money should be spent for. But I find that interesting, particularly $517,000 for 37 subscriptions when it's the press, the government paying the press. Does that in some way maybe jeopardize what the press, the free press that we're supposed to have in our great country?
Well, it's certainly something that taxpayers probably didn't know until today. I didn't know that. Didn't
know until today, and it's also government paying the press that kind of money. 37 subscriptions will give you $500,000. Might Politico write favorable things about the particular administration who's paying that money? I don't know. I'm not saying that happened, but you can sure look at some of the things that's been reported by some of the press, particularly Politico, and you can't help but ask that question. Governor Reynolds, I got like 50 seconds. You came all the way from the great state of Iowa. I'll give you a chance to comment on any of the things I raised there. But I do think this is amazing. The guy who's pointing out the stupid things the government spends money on, that's who gets attacked, versus no, let's fix the stupid things and not spend money on them. I just don't get that. And I think the American people have common sense, and that's how they look at it. My guess is, I know lots of good people in Iowa, they have lots of common sense. That's probably how they look at it.
That's exactly how they look at it. $36 trillion in debt, $2 trillion annually being added to the debt. Kevin and I have 11 grandchildren. I want them to have the same opportunity I did growing up, and I appreciate President Trump trying to right-size the ship and get it back in line. And I don't hear any answers to the contrary. What are their answers except for leave everything the way it is? And that's not working. So thank you.